My fiancée insisted her brother be my best man. He lost our $10,000 wedding rings the night before the ceremony. I said, accidents happen. Then I showed her dad the pawnshop receipt with her brother's signature on it. He wasn't just missing rings anymore. I, 29 male, was supposed to get married yesterday. Instead, I'm sitting here with a beer, my buddy Raj, and the most expensive lesson about in-laws I've ever learned. Luna, 27, and I dated for 3 years, engaged for 1. Everything seemed perfect until she dropped the bomb 4 months ago. Her brother Devin, 24, had to be my best man. Not asked, told. He's my only sibling. It would mean everything to him. I already had my best friend Raj lined up. We've been boys since middle school. But Luna cried. Her mom Connie called me selfish. Her dad Frank said I needed to think about family unity. So I caved. Told Raj he was demoted to groomsman. He took it well. Said he understood family pressure. Should have been my first red flag. Even Raj knew something was off. Devin was a character. Unemployed entrepreneur who always had $1 million idea that needed just a small investment. Drove a leased BMW he couldn't afford. Designer clothes, but borrowed money for gas. You know the type. The bachelor party was a disaster. Devin insisted on planning it. Took us to this high-end club, ordered bottle service, then forgot his wallet. The bill was $3,400. Guess who paid? Then he tried to get everyone to hit a casino because he felt lucky. We bailed, but the rings. Luna wanted specific bands from this boutique jeweler, platinum, custom engraving the works. Total cost, $10,000. My entire bonus from work plus savings. Luna's ring alone was $7,000. Yesterday morning, wedding day. 10 a.m. ceremony at 2 p.m. Devin was supposed to have the rings. Classic best man duty, right? He shows up at my hotel room at 10:15, face white. Bro, the rings, I can't find them. My stomach dropped. What do you mean? I had them last night, in the little velvet box, but this morning, gone. I've looked everywhere. Raj immediately started searching Devin's car. I called the bar we'd been at. Luna called me crying. Devin had told her. Her whole family was in crisis mode. But here's the thing. I work in IT security. That I notice patterns. And Devin's story had holes. First, he was too specific about when he last saw them. 11:47 p.m. in the hotel safe. Nobody remembers that precisely unless they're creating an alibi. Second, he suggested we could just buy replacement bands for the ceremony and figure out the rest later. Who suggests replacing $10K rings like they're plastic toys? Third, and this was the kicker, he'd been asking about the ring's value 2 days ago. Damn, 10 grand. That's like serious money. Could probably get 5 grand easy from a pawn shop. While everyone panicked, I did something simple. I pulled up Google Maps and searched for pawn shops within 10 miles. Then I started calling. Fourth call. Yeah, we had a guy come in this morning with platinum wedding bands. Why? I drove there. Alone. Didn't tell anyone. The pawn shop owner showed me the rings, our initials engraved inside, our wedding date. The receipt had Devin's signature and driver's license photocopy. He'd pawned them for $4,500 at 8:30 a.m. I bought them back for $5,200. They add their profit immediately, scumbags. Took photos of everything. The receipt, the ID copy, the security footage they showed me of Devin haggling for more money. Drove back to the venue. Found Luna in her dress, crying with her bridesmaids. Baby, did you find them? Yeah, I found them. She hugged me. Where were they? At the pawn shop on Memorial Drive. Her face went from relief to confusion. What? How did they? Your brother pawned them this morning. Here's the receipt. The room went silent. Luna looked at the receipt. Her mom gasped. Her dad's face turned purple. This has to be a mistake, Luna said. They have security footage, his ID, his signature. But maybe someone stole them from him. And, Luna, he pawned our wedding rings for gambling money. That's when Devin walked in, fake concern plastered on his face. Any luck finding them? Frank, Luna's dad, stood up slowly. He's a big guy. Construction contractor. Hands like sledgehammers. You piece of shit. He showed Devin the receipt. Devin went white, then red, then started babbling. I was gonna get them back. I just needed quick cash. This guy owes me money and I thought I could double it, and Frank grabbed him by the collar. You stole from your sister's wedding? I was gonna get them back before. Before what? The ceremony in 3 hours? Update 1. The venue's bridal suite. turned into Jerry Springer. Connie, Luna's mom, started wailing about, "How could you do this to your sister?" Devin tried every excuse in the book. It was an investment opportunity. I was going to triple the money. "You don't understand the pressure I'm under. I have debts you don't know about." That last one got Frank's attention. "What debts?" Turns out, our boy Devin owed $30,000 to various people, including, apparently, some informal lenders who don't accept payment plans. Luna was destroyed, but not in the way I expected. She turned to me, mascara running. "We can still have the wedding, right? You got the rings back. We can just move forward." I stared at her. "Your brother stole our wedding rings to gamble. But you got them back, and he's sick. He has a problem. We need to support him." Support him? He stole from us. He's family, and there it was. The word that apparently excused everything in Luna's world. "You want to just pretend this didn't happen?" I asked. "I want to marry you, today, like we planned. With your brother as my best man?" She paused. "Well, no, obviously not. Raj can do it." "How generous, after your family forced me to demote him in the first place?" "That's not fair." "Fair? Fair. Your brother, who you insisted be my best man, pawned our wedding rings on our wedding day." Her dad stepped in. "Look, son, I get you're upset. We all are, but maybe we can." "Did you know?" I asked Frank. "Know what?" "About Devin's debts, his gambling." Frank looked away. That was answer enough. "You all knew. You knew he had a problem, and you still insisted he be my best man. You gave him access to $10,000 worth of jewelry." Connie piped up. "We thought he was getting better. He promised he was done with all that." I laughed. Actually laughed. "When? When he was planning my bachelor party at a casino?" The room went quiet again. I turned to Luna. "I need to talk to you." We went to an empty room. I laid it out. "Your family knew your brother was a gambling addict and insisted he be part of our wedding. He stole from us. And you want to just continue? Like nothing happened? We can work through this. Can we? What happens next time?" "There won't be a next time. There's always a next time with addicts who don't get help, and your family enables him." "That's not." "Your dad knew. Your mom knew. They all knew. And they said nothing. What else are they hiding? What else will they expect me to just work through because family?" She started sobbing. "Please, please don't do this. Not till we have 200 guests coming." "Then you better start making calls." I left. Went to find Raj, who was waiting in the lobby. "We out?" he asked. "We out, thank God. That family's toxic as hell, bro." Update 2. I didn't go home. Went to Raj's place. Turned off my phone for 3 hours. When I turned it back on, 73 missed calls, 156 texts, 28 voicemails. The texts ranged from, "Luna, please come back, we can fix this," to, "You're a coward for running," to, "I'll do anything, please just talk to me." "Connie, you've humiliated our entire family. 200 guests are asking where you are. You're destroying my daughter." "Frank, let's talk man to man. I'll handle Devin. Don't throw away 4 years over this." And my personal favorite from Devin. "Or overreacting, bro. I was gonna pay you back with interest." But the most interesting messages were from Luna's cousins and aunts. Apparently, this wasn't Devin's first rodeo. He stole $5,000 from his grandmother's funeral fund. He took out credit cards in his cousin's name. He sold his aunt's jewelry while house-sitting. Every time, the family covered it up. Paid it back. Made excuses. Devin's having a hard time. Devin's getting help. Family sticks together. 3 days later, Luna showed up at my apartment. I'd been staying at Raj's but came back to get clothes. She had a key, was waiting inside. "We need to talk." She looked rough. Hair unwashed, eyes puffy, wearing sweats. "I've been thinking," she started. "You were right about some things. Devin needs real help. Professional help." "Okay. And I understand why you were upset." "Upset? Your brother stole our wedding rings." I know, but can't we move past this? Start fresh? We can have a smaller wedding, no Devin involved." "Luna, it's not just about Devin." "Then what?" "It's about the fact that you knew. Your whole family knew he had problems, and you all put him in a position to steal from us." "We didn't know he would." "You suspected enough that your dad wasn't surprised. Your mom immediately went into excuse mode. Nobody was shocked, Luna. They were just disappointed he got caught." She was quiet for a minute. "So that's it? 4 years? Just done? You want me to marry into a family that will always put enabling Devin over everything else?" Today it's wedding rings. What's next? Our kids' college funds. That's not fair. Your cousin Amy doesn't think so. She told me about the credit cards. Luna went pale. Amy needs to mind her own business. See? Even now, you're more mad at Amy for telling the truth than Devin for identity theft. She started crying again. I love you. I love you too. But I can't marry you. Not with your family, not with how you handle Devin. I'll cut him off. No, you won't. And even if you did, your parents wouldn't, and you'd resent me for it. This is who your family is. She left after calling me every name in the book. Update 3. A week passed. I started moving on. Returned some wedding stuff, lost deposits on others. Raj helped me box up Luna's things. Then shit got weird. First, Devin showed up at my work. Security called me down. Bro, we need to talk. No, we don't. Leave or I call the cops. You ruined my life. I ruined your life. You stole my wedding rings. I was going to pay you back, but you had to make it this big thing. Now my dad won't talk to me. Luna's depressed. My mom cries all day. Consequences. Weird how those work. You owe me. Security stepped in. Sir, you need to leave. I owe you? For what? I lost my job because of you. Turns out Frank had employed Devin in his construction company. After the wedding fiasco, he fired him. Also kicked him out of the apartment Frank owned that Devin lived in rent-free. Your dad fired you because you're a thief, not because of me. If you just kept your mouth shut, leave, now. He left, but not before keying my car in the parking garage. It cost $200 to fix. I filed a police report. Then came the social media campaign. Luna posted this long thing about how I abandoned her at the altar and couldn't handle family struggles, and showed my true colors when things got tough. People who knew the real story called her out immediately. But some distant friends bought it. Whatever. But then Connie escalated. She called my mom. My mom's a retired teacher, sweetest woman alive. Connie told her I was mentally unstable and needed help, and had violent tendencies that made Luna afraid for her safety. My mom called me panicked. I had to explain everything. Then my mom got pissed, like pissed. She called Connie back and apparently went full mama bear. I don't know exactly what was said, but Connie never contacted anyone in my family again. The worst part, they tried to stick me with wedding bills. The venue, the catering, the flowers, about $35,000 total. Everything was in both our names. But they refused to pay their half. I got a lawyer. A good one. Turned out, when Devin pawned those rings and I bought them back, I kept all the documentation. My lawyer sent a demand letter. Pay half the wedding costs, or we pursue criminal charges against Devin for theft, plus a civil suit for the full ring value and my car damage. Suddenly, Frank found the money real quick. Update 4. 2 months passed. I was doing okay. Therapy helped? Yeah, I went. Dealing with this crap was intense. Started dating casually. Got a promotion at work. Life was moving forward. Then I got a call from Amy, Luna's cousin, who'd warned me about Devin. You need to know something. Amy, I'm done with all that. No, listen, Devin's in the hospital. Apparently, those informal lenders he owed money to had come collecting. Broken arm, cracked ribs, concussion. He'd been trying to pay them off with money he was stealing from his new job at an electronics store. Got caught, got fired, couldn't pay, got beat. Why are you telling me this? Because Luna's been telling everyone it's your fault. That if you hadn't ruined the wedding and gotten him fired from Frank's company, he would have been able to pay them back. That's insane. Yeah, well, that's the story. And some of the family believes it. Of course they do. There's more. She's engaged. What? It's been 2 months? Yeah, to her ex Thomas, the one she dated before you. Apparently he was there for her after the wedding fell apart. I laughed. Actually laughed. Let me guess, Thomas has money? His family owns 3 restaurants. Perfect. Hope he enjoys the in-laws. But Amy wasn't done. Frank's lost his business. What? Turns out Frank had been covering Devin's debts for years. Mortgaged his business assets, took out loans. When Devin couldn't pay the recent batch, and Frank had to pay for half the canceled wedding, it broke him. He couldn't make payroll, lost contracts, had to declare bankruptcy. Connie blames you for that too. Of course she does. I just thought you should know, in case they try something. They did try something. Frank showed up at my apartment a week later. But not angry Frank. Broken Frank. He looked like he'd aged 10 years. I need to apologize. I let him in. Gave him a beer. He sat on my couch and just crumbled. You were right. About everything. We enabled him. We made excuses, and now I've lost everything trying to fix his mistakes. Frank. No, let me finish. I pushed you to make him best man. I knew he had problems. I thought if we included him, gave him responsibility, he'd step up. Instead, he destroyed my daughter's wedding and my family. Where's Devin now? Don't know. Don't care. He's dead to me. We sat in silence for a bit. Luna's engaged again, I said. He laughed bitterly. 3 weeks after meeting him again. Shows up with a ring, probably worth more than yours. Connie's thrilled. I told Luna she's making a mistake, rebounding, but family sticks together? Yeah, except when it doesn't. Except when it costs you everything. Frank left after finishing his beer. I felt bad for him, but not bad enough to forget he'd enabled this mess for years. Final update. Got a call from a number I didn't recognize last week. Almost didn't answer. Hello? Is this Marcus? Luna's voice. Yeah, my name's Marcus. Realized I never mentioned that. What do you want, Luna? I wanted to apologize. Bit late for that. I know. Tomas and we broke up. That was fast. He met my family, my full family. Devin showed up to our engagement party. Hi, asking for money, caused a scene. Tomas's parents were there. They told him if he married me, they'd cut him off. Smart people. I'm not calling to. I know we're done. I just wanted to say you were right about everything. About Devin, about my family, about how we enable him. Okay. He's in jail now. What? Broke into our parents' house, stole mom's jewelry, dad's tools. They finally pressed charges. He's looking at 3 to 5 years. Good. Maybe he'll get help. Maybe. Mom still visits him every week, puts money in his commissary. Dad won't speak to either of them. That's their choice. I know. I'm sorry for everything, for insisting Devin be your best man, for not standing by you when he stole from us, for trying to guilt you into still marrying me. You deserved better. Yeah, I did. Are you happy? I am, actually. Dating someone new, someone with a normal family who doesn't steal wedding rings. She laughed, but it sounded sad. I'm glad, really. You're a good guy, Marcus. I'm sorry I couldn't see what my family was doing to us. It is what it is. Yeah, well, goodbye. Bye, Luna. That was it, the final conversation. Raj thinks I should have told her to screw off, but honestly, I just felt bad for her. She's stuck with that family forever. I got out. Oh, and the rings, I sold them. Used the money for a vacation. Went to Iceland with my new girlfriend, Jade. Her family's biggest drama is arguing about restaurant choices. It's refreshing as hell. Looking back, Devin stealing those rings was the best thing that could have happened. Showed me exactly who that family was before I legally bound myself to them. Sometimes the worst moments save you from even worse futures. To anyone dealing with toxic in-laws or a partner who enables family dysfunction, run. It doesn't get better, it gets worse. And when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Thanks for reading this novel. Felt good to get it all out. Edit, for everyone asking, yes, I got my $200 back for the car damage. My insurance went after Devin, got a judgment against him. Will I ever see that money? Probably not. But it's on his record. Edit 2. Some people saying I was too harsh on Luna. Maybe. But when your partner picks their toxic family over your legitimate concerns about theft, that's a deal breaker. I wasn't asking her to disown them, just acknowledge the problem and set boundaries. She couldn't even do that. Edit 3. Jade knows this whole story. She actually found this post. Hey babe, she says Devin did me a favor, and she's right. Also, her dad wants to buy me a beer for dodging that bullet. Her family's amazing. My fiancé insisted I sell my ancestral home because it's old and her friends would judge. I said, I'll think about it. Then I put the house in a trust under my sister's name and put the engagement on hold. When she found out the house was no longer on the table for our future, she lost her mind. I, 34 male, am supposed to be in the final stages of wedding planning. Instead, I'm sitting in my great-grandfather's study, drinking a whiskey, and wondering if I'm about to make the biggest mistake of my life, or if I just avoided it. My fiancée, Tessa, 30, and I have been together for 3 years, engaged for 6 months. She's a lot. In a good way, I thought. She's an event planner, so her entire life is about aesthetics, image, and what things look like. I'm a data analyst. I care about what things are. I thought we balanced each other. I was wrong. The source of our first real fight is the house I'm currently sitting in. I inherited it from my grandfather. It was built by my great-grandfather, a man who started a small, successful milling company. It's old. 1920s. Solid wood floors that creak, original glass in the windows that rattles, and pipes that groan. It's also paid off. It's my only real asset, and it's my family's anchor. I love it. I've been slowly restoring it. The library, my current location, has these incredible built-in mahogany shelves. On one sits the founder's ledger, a massive, leather-bound book where my great-grandfather detailed the house's construction, from the cost of the first-growth lumber to the wages he paid the carpenters. It's irreplaceable. Tessa has never been a fan of the house. She calls it drafty. Last night we were discussing the wedding budget when she just dropped it. Liam, honey, we need to have a serious talk about our living situation. What about it? I figured we'd have the carpets deep cleaned before you fully move in. No, sweetie. I mean, we can't live here. Not long term. I just stared at her. This is my home, Tess. It's paid for. It's our security. It's a teardown, Liam. The lot is amazing, but the house itself? It's just old. That's kind of the point. My friends, our friends, they're all buying new builds in those nice planned communities. What will they think when they come over here? The kitchen is tiny. The bathrooms are ancient. This is where it went off the rails. Who cares what they think? We live here. I care. Liam, they'll judge. They'll think we're, poor or something. Or just weird poor. In a paid-off 3,000 square foot house. Because it has character. We could sell the lot for a fortune. We could take that money and build our dream house. Something new, something clean, something that doesn't smell like old books. She was looking at the library, at the founder's ledger. She wasn't just insulting my house, she was insulting my family, my history. She saw this place, this legacy, as a pile of cash to be liquidated for a generic box in a suburb. I felt cold, a kind of clarity I've never experienced. The woman I was about to marry was ashamed of my home. I needed to know how deep it went. You'd really make me sell my great-grandfather's house because your friends would judge? Sensing she was losing. No, not just that. For us, for our future. So we can have a fresh start, not in someone else's dusty old life. I looked at her, the woman I loved, and I lied. I'll think about it. She brightened immediately. Oh, good. I knew you'd see it my way. I already have a list of realtors we can talk to. She kissed me and went to bed, scrolling Zillow for new construction. I stayed in the library, and I thought about it for a long, long time. Then I made 2 phone calls. The first was to my sister, Qley, 36. She's a lawyer, an extremely sharp, protective one. Hey, Qley. Hypothetical. If I wanted to protect the house permanently, what are my options? From what? A natural disaster? From a potential future spouse who wants to sell it for a new build. She what? Liam, you call me right now. We talked for an hour. She explained what an irrevocable trust was. The second call was this morning. I called the jeweler. We'd put a 50% deposit on her ring, with the balance due on pickup next month. I used funds from my own savings, not a joint account. We don't have any. Hi, this is Liam. I need to put my order on hold indefinitely. Oh. Is there a problem with the ring, sir? No, just a problem. Don't let it go. Just hold it. This morning, Qley and I met. I signed the documents, the house, the lot, everything is now the property of a trust. Qley is the trustee. The beneficiaries are any future children I may have, and if none, her son. I am, for all legal purposes, a tenant in my own home. It cannot be sold. It cannot be used as collateral. It is protected. Tessa is currently at a wedding weekend with her bridesmaids. She has no idea. She's been texting me links to $1.2 million new builds all day. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know what I did. I just don't know how this ends. I feel sick and relieved. Is that possible? Update 1. It's been a week. Tessa got back from her trip and the entitlement just ramped up. She came home to her own apartment, thank God, and immediately went into full-on general contractor mode. She'd had floor plans drawn up. Floor plans for a new house on my lot. She called me, bubbling. Tessa, honey, I had the best idea. We can live with my mom for the 6 months it takes to build. It'll be a little tight, but so worth it. I found a builder who can start demolition next month. Demolition. Yes, we have to act fast. I already have a realtor coming on Friday to appraise the lot value. I felt that same cold, sharp clarity from last week. She wasn't just suggesting anymore. She was executing. Tessa, we need to talk. Can you come over tonight? She showed up around 8 p.m. And she brought back up. Her mother, Barbara, 50, walked in with her, carrying a bottle of champagne. Barbara, Liam, we're here to celebrate. Tessa told me you're finally making a smart move. This old pile of sticks is an anchor, sweetie. You liquidate, you get that money working for you. It's what any smart man would do. Hello, Barbara. Actually, that's what I wanted to talk about. Please sit down. They sat on my creaky sofa. Tessa was practically vibrating. Is it the realtor? Did he give you a pre-appraisal? What did he say? 800K, 900 at me? I canceled the realtor, Tessa. Her smile froze. What? Why? Liam, we have to move fast. And Barbara, I appreciate the financial advice, but this pile of sticks is my home, and it's not for sale. Now, Liam, don't be sentimental. A man has to provide, and Tessa deserves a home she isn't ashamed of. Ashamed. There was that word again. I'm glad you brought that up, Tessa. I can't sell the house. What do you mean you can't? It's your house, just call a realtor. Actually, it's not. Not anymore. I have never in my life experienced such a profound, immediate silence. It was like a vacuum. You what? I thought about what you said, about how it's an asset, and how it needed to be protected for the family. So I protected it. It's in an irrevocable trust now. My sister Qley is the trustee. Tessa just stared. Her face went pale. You gave away the house? You gave Tessa's future to your sister? I didn't give it to her. I put it in a trust to protect it from people who think it's just a pile of sticks to be liquidated. Tessa found her voice. It was shaky. You did this behind my back? You lied to me. I said I'd think about it, and I did. I thought about how my future wife called my family's legacy embarrassing, and I acted. Undo it. What? Call Qley. Tell her to undo it now. That's the funny thing about an irrevocable trust, Tessa. It can't be undone. Barbara stood up. This changes everything. The down payment. Our Tessa's future. You financially neutered yourself before your own wedding, you stupid boy. Mom, stop. Liam, honey, look at me. She tried to turn on the tears. This is a mistake. You were scared, I get it, but you have to fix this. Or what about us? I'm glad you asked about us, Tessa, because I'm not sure what us is anymore. Us was supposed to be a partnership, not this asset stripping. Asset stripping. I'm trying to build us a life. In a house that doesn't smell like old books. She flinched. She knew I remembered. Since our future is suddenly a major point of negotiation, I thought it was best to pause the wedding planning indefinitely. Pause. What? I called the jeweler. The engagement is on hold. We are on hold until I can figure out if I'm engaged to you or to a real estate speculator. Tessa just broke. It wasn't sad crying, it was rage. She grabbed one of my grandfather's antique and empty decanters and hurled it at the fireplace. It shattered. You bastard. You're ruining my life. You're trapping me. You will regret this, Liam. We will fix this. They stormed out. The front door slammed so hard a piece of plaster fell from the ceiling. I'm left standing in my creaky living room. I really did think she was the one. I feel hollow. But then I look at the broken glass, and I don't feel hollow. I feel like I just dodged a bullet. A really, really expensive new build bullet. Update 2. It's been 2 weeks since the shattering. Okay, I had the lock on the back door fixed. It was always sticky. I bought a new decanter. I've been waiting for the other shoe to drop. It didn't just drop, it was a full-on boot to the head. The entitlement? I don't have words. First, the dirty tricks started. Trick 1, the office ambush. I got a call at my desk on Monday. It was the lobby security. Mr. My last name? There are 2 women here to see you. A Miss Tessa and a Miss Barbara. They say it's a family emergency. My stomach turned to ice. I went down, bracing myself. The second I stepped out of the elevator, they were on me. Tessa, full-on waterworks. Barbara looking like a storm cloud. Liam, this has gone on long enough. You need to come with us right now and fix this. Me, Barbara, this is my workplace. You cannot be here. This is incredibly inappropriate. Grabbing my arm. Liam, please. I was stressed. Wedding stress. That's all. I love the house. I do. I'll live here, I promise. Just get it back. Tell Qley she has to give it back. Pulling my arm away. It's not possible, Tessa. I've told you it's done. Don't be a fool, boy. Your sister tricked you. She's jealous. She's trying to steal your inheritance. We'll get a lawyer. We will prove she manipulated you while you were distraught. Me. Qley is a lawyer, and I was not distraught. I was disgusted. Now you need to leave. Security, they're leaving. I left them in the lobby. I had to file an incident report with HR. It was humiliating. Trick 2, the artifact heist. This is the one that ended it. I came home from work last night. I noticed my back door, the one I just had fixed, was open. Just a crack. I went in, heart pounding. I called 911 just standing in the foyer. I walked through the house while on the phone with the operator. Nothing seemed gone. The TV was there, my laptop, until I got to the library. It was tossed. Books pulled from shelves, cushions thrown, and on the floor, in the middle of the room, was the founder's ledger. It had been pulled out, thrown down, the spine cracked. They hadn't taken it. They just desecrated it. The cops came. They took a report. I told them about the dispute. I didn't name names, but I didn't have to. Attempted breaking and entering, vandalism. It was so clear. They were looking for leverage. Barbara, with her "we'll get a lawyer" threats, she must have thought the ledger was some kind of deed, or that it was worth a fortune and they could hold it hostage. They were so stupid. It has no monetary value. Its value is history. I wasn't sad anymore. I was just cold. This was an attack. After the cops left, I sat there for an hour, just looking at the cracked spine of that book. Then my phone rang. Tessa, I answered. Tessa, did you call the cops? Did you call the cops on me? Someone broke into my house, Tessa. They vandalized my family's property. Yes, I called the cops. It wasn't, I just wanted to get my Nespresso machine. I left it there. You locked me out, and you kept my Nespresso. My back door was jimmied open. My library was destroyed. You came for a coffee maker, through the back door, and you tossed the library looking for it. You listen to me, you are making the biggest mistake of your life. We are going to ruin you for this. You have humiliated my daughter. You have stolen her future. You're right, Barbara. I am making a mistake. Staying engaged to Tessa was the mistake. What? No. Liam. The engagement isn't on hold anymore. It's over. I'm calling the jeweler tomorrow. I'm getting my deposit back. The ring? That's my ring. You owe me that ring for my time, for my emotional labor. I paid the deposit, Tessa. It's a conditional gift. The condition was marriage. You broke the condition when you called my heritage embarrassing and then broke into my home. I hung up. I called Qley. Qley? They broke in. They tried to take the ledger. I have a police report. It's over. And I think I need a restraining order. Final update. It's been 3 months. The dust it hasn't settled. It's more like a toxic cloud that's finally moving away. Here's the wrap-up. The legal fallout was spectacular. Barbara and Tessa, true to their word, hired a lawyer, a real shark type from a billboard. They sent Qley, who officially represented me, a demand letter. It was a work of art. They claimed promissory estoppel. They argued that I had promised Tessa a certain lifestyle, i.e. the sale of the house and a new build, and by fraudulently concealing my assets, by putting the house in a trust, I had financially and emotionally damaged her. Intentional infliction of emotional distress, because I broke up with her, and falsely accused her of breaking and entering, causing public humiliation. Replevin, a fancy word for give me the stuff. They demanded the engagement ring, which they laughably valued at $25, almost double what I paid, and $75,000 in damages. I was stressed. This is what real people get scared of. A lawsuit, even a bogus one, is terrifying. Qley was gleeful. She called it the easiest response of her career. She didn't just reply, she obliterated them. Her response letter, which she CC'd to the Bar Association for the other lawyers' frivolous claims, was beautiful. On point 1, the house. My client's ancestral home, inherited prior to any relationship with yours, is his sole and separate property. His decision to place said property into a trust to protect his family's legacy is his right. Your client's distress at not being able to liquidate her fiancé's heritage for a new build is not a recognized legal cause of action. It is, to use a legal term, tacky as hell. She really wrote that part. On point 2, the distress. The engagement was terminated after your client, by her own admission on a recorded phone call, which I'd taken post B&E, attempted to gain unlawful entry to my client's home. The police report, case filed for breaking and entering and vandalism, is not an accusation. It is a statement of fact. The only humiliation present is your client's. On point 3, the ring. The ring was a conditional gift. The condition, marriage, was not met. My client has possession of the ring, as is his legal right. We have the receipt for the $16,500 he paid. And the counter threat. Furthermore, we have security footage from my client's workplace of your clients and Miss Barbara harassing him, causing him to file a formal complaint with his HR department. Should you be foolish enough to proceed with this frivolous, vexatious suit, we will not only countersue for full legal fees, but we will also file for a civil harassment restraining order against both your clients, using the police report and the workplace harassment incident as evidence. We will also be pursuing the cost of damages for the Jimmy lock and the 100-year-old antique ledger they damaged. We await your thoughtful reply. The shark lawyer dropped them within 24 hours. He sent Qley a one-sentence email. My clients will no longer be pursuing this matter. He probably realized, A, they had no case, and B, they had lied to him about the B&E. The silence after that was golden, but the natural consequences? Those were loud. I heard through a mutual friend, who profusely apologized for not seeing it, that Tessa is in a bad way. She had apparently been pre-spending against the sale of the house. She'd taken out new credit cards, bought a whole new wardrobe, and put a non-refundable deposit on a catering hall for the wedding. She is, apparently, somewhere in the ballpark of 30K in debt. She had to give up her apartment and move back in with Barbara. The friends she was so worried about, the ones who would judge, they dropped her. Fast. Turns out a 30-year-old woman in debt, living with her mom, and whining about her stolen house isn't on the guest list for brunch at the new builds. Barbara is apparently radioactive, telling anyone who will listen that I am a con artist who swindled them. As for me, it cost me about $6,000 in legal fees to Qley, family rate, still. And for the security system repairs, it stings. A lot. I sold the engagement ring, got $14 back, so I'm down $2K, but I call that the idiot tax. I'm single. I'm not happy. I'm not celebrating. I'm at peace. This house, this creaky old house, it protected me. I put it in a trust to save it, and in the end, it saved me. It revealed exactly who Tessa was. Last night, I took the founder's ledger to a specialist bookbinder. He said he can fix the spine. He said the craftsmanship is remarkable. I'm just working on the house, fixing the plaster that fell, sanding the floors. It's quiet, it's my home, my legacy, and it's safe.